What's up? It's your boy Kazi, Kazi Plays. Now I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Rogue in today's guide. So without further ado, let's get into it. To start things off, let's first talk about her role. Rogue is a tank that specializes in close range combat, which is what brawlers are, and being a brawler, your performance on her is heavily dependent on how well the rest of your teammates are doing. The better your team is doing, the more value you can get out of her. However, keep in mind that all of Rogue's abilities have a long cooldown, so figuring out the best time to use each of her abilities in her kit is going to bring out the most value out of her, which is also the reason why she is the first tank in the game to have a difficulty of 5 stars. Moving on, let's go over her abilities. Her primary is her just punching her fist, and on the third hit she uses both of her fists together. But if you do want extra help to figure out what is the range on her punch, you can actually go to your settings over here and head over to her character specific settings and head all the way down over to attack range hint. So now whenever you are close enough and in range, the character will light up red. Her first ability is a block that can lead into a tackle, and the more damage that you absorb with the shield, the more damage the tackle will do. Her second ability is a dash that you can follow up with to do damage to the enemies and pull them in. Her third ability dashes at the enemy and launches them up in the air, and then you can follow up with a dive and your melee turns into ranged projectile. And as you can see, for every projectile that I hit, I gain bonus health. Her next ability, you grab the enemy, and when you do, depending on which enemy you grab, you gain a certain buff. Tanks give you bonus HP, DPS give you a damage boost, and you also give them a damage nerf, and supports, they give you healing over time. Now I know if you do grab a certain enemy, you do take their ability, but I will be talking more about that later on in the video. And finally, her ultimate, it does continuous damage over time and it drains ult charge from enemies, but keep in mind that it will stop after 80%. And on top of that, she does steal the stats of the enemies nearby, and yes, is the same buffs as you would get from her grab. She also does have a team up with Gambit that changes her primary to make it so that it creates shockwaves that heals allies and does damage to enemies nearby. Before we move on, if you have made it this far into the video and would like to dive further into the community, I do got a Discord, link will be in the description below. There we talk about Marvel Rivals, anime, manga, and whatnot, so if you're interested, feel free to stop by, we'd love to have you. Up next, let's go over her combos. I'll go ahead and leave the inputs up on the screen so you guys will be able to figure out which buttons I'm pressing. Moving on, let's go over her steals. Like I mentioned earlier, when Rogue grabs certain characters, she's able to steal their abilities, and you actually can see which one she takes with the icon above their head. When you're deciding on who to steal an ability from, you're deciding based off of survivability or how aggressive you can be with it, which is what I'm going to be going over in this part of the video. I'm going to be giving you guys the best 3 steals for each role based off of survivability, and then based off of how aggressive you can be with it. Starting off with tanks on the survivability side, I got Magneto in the 3rd spot. He has a bubble that you can have. It protects you from incoming damage for a couple seconds, but the 2 above him do more than that. For number 2, I got the Thing. He gives you damage reduction and he protects you from getting knocked back. Essentially, pretty much you being CC immune, but not completely. And for the number 1 spot, I got Emma Frost. You have her diamond form, which means you're CC immune completely, and you have damage reduction. And on top of that, this lasts for basically the duration of your steal, and this lasts even longer than Emma's own diamond form. On the attack side, I got Venom in the number 3 spot. Him using his tendrils slows the enemy down and also does a burst of damage over time too, which could definitely help you with crowd control. On the number 2 spot, I got the Hulk. With his piercing damage on his shockwave, it will definitely help you get more kills. And for the number 1 spot, I got Thor. With his awakening form, it allows Rogue to have more range, and this lasts for a good bit. Moving on to DPS on the survivability side, in the number 3 spot, I got Magic. she has the portal that makes you completely invincible, and then you have the little demon that you can pop out to protect you, but keep in mind though, the range isn't too far. For the number 2 spot, I got Psylocke. Being able to go completely invincible for a couple of seconds and have a movement increase can definitely help you get out of a bad situation, except if they're running Daredevil. And for the number 1 spot, I got Blade. Having his life steal so you can heal over time will help you get away if people are chasing you down, so you'll be able to heal up while backing away. Now on the attack side, I got Daredevil in the number 3 spot. With his steal, it allows you to be able to chase enemies down, and if you do kill them, it does refresh and come back. But I do feel like the other two above him do more than this. In the number 2 spot, I got the Human Torch. With his ability, you create a triangle around you that can deal damage to multiple enemies, which will help you deal with crowd control. And in the number 1 spot, I got Scarlet Witch. With the buff to her field, you get hit instantly, you're in it, and getting stunned up to 3 times is a really good way to put pressure on enemies. And finally, with the supports on the survivability side, I got Dagger in the number 3 spot. Her bubble, it does heal you and your allies, but I feel like the other two do more than this. In the number 2 spot, I got Adam Warlock. With his soul bond, you're able to split the damage up between you and your allies, and you yourself also get healing over time. And finally, in the number 1 spot, I have Loki. Loki with his lamp, it does protect you from incoming damage and can protect you from some ultimates like a Scarlet Witch ultimate. And on the attack side, in the number 3 spot, I have Luna Snow. With the buff to her freeze with how fast it is, and on top of that you get the bonus health, it will definitely help you chase down enemies. In the number 2 spot, I have Invisible Woman. Having the ability to push or pull your enemies depending on if you're low or if they're low and you're trying to finish off a kill is very strong. And in the number 1 spot, I have Gambit. The Spade deck alone to give you the damage boost is crazy enough as it is, but the fact that you can also apply reduced healing is a really powerful game changer. And finally, let's go over her playstyle. In neutral, you usually want to go ahead and use your natural cover to protect yourself, because if you're not careful, you can get taken down pretty fast. But if you have a shield tank with you, it does give you a bit more breathing room. Using your launcher to get into the air is really good, because then you can use your primary to poke at the supports in the back. But you don't always want to dive into the enemies. If you see you are getting low, just go ahead and dive back to your allies. Your pull ability is really good as well, as it can allow you to hold on to enemies that are low and keep them from escaping. And if there are enemies that are diving your back line, it can help you pull them off of your supports. Your block is good too as well, but keep in mind though that you only can absorb a certain amount of damage, so try not to hold on it too much, so then you can convert that damage into extra damage for your tackle. One thing that's really important is that you need to be careful when you go for a steal. Sure, you may be CC immune, but you are still able to take damage, which means that you can die. So please don't go trying to die for a steal. I find that when you are pushing up with your tank is one of the best times for you to use the team up you have with Gambit, so you can keep your other tank up alive with you or your other teammates. When deciding on the best time to pop Rogue's ultimate, I found that it's best for her to initiate a fight with it, especially if you can catch both of the supports in the enemy's backline, because most fights are usually won based off of which support ult is activated last. So if you take away the support ults from the enemy team, you are almost guaranteed to win that fight. And that's everything on how to play Rogue. If I did leave something out or you did discover something new, feel free to put in the comments below to share with everyone else. And yeah, if you do want more Marvel Rivals on the channel, why don't you go to support your boy. I'll go and catch y'all in the next one. Y'all take it easy.